I thought it was kind of a joke because I felt like I was okay. And I kind of laughed it off, and it wasn't until I could see the concern in like her and my mum's face, and they realised that like I actually do have a problem, that I took it seriously. So I feel like I started suffering with depression as a teenager, and self-harming and having thoughts of suicide and stuff, but I didn't register or understand that it was like mental health issues that I had. I thought I was just dramatic, and I'm a little bit dramatic, but I don't know, it wasn't something that was spoken about, it wasn't something that I spoke to anyone about, it wasn't something that was talked about. So I just thought it was just me, I was just being over dramatic and in my feelings, and yeah, I don't know, it wasn't until I feel like I first thought about committing suicide when I was maybe 14 or 15 years old. So that's, how old am I now? It was like about 12 years ago. And since then, I've probably thought about it maybe 4 times. I've self-harmed a number of times, but it wasn't your typical like cutting yourself. I did try that once, but I chickened out. I got really scared that obviously it was gonna hurt. And my coping mechanism was to dig my nails into my skin. But again, I didn't realize that that was a form of self-harming until maybe like 4 years ago. And then in 2014 or 2015, I went through something that I guess was my breaking point again. So it started off with me losing my granddad, and then going through like a really bad breakup. And that was, I guess, my breaking point. I didn't get help. I didn't really speak about it. I decided to kind of run away, so I moved to Spain for a couple of months by myself, and again I thought about committing suicide, and that was the last time that I thought about it, and I made a promise to myself that I would never think about it or like let myself get to a point where that could be an option. I decided that I guess my life was worth living and I had more to give. And then a couple of months ago, no, just over a year ago, I wrote a blog post called Never Thoughts of Suicide, I'm Too Alive, and I wrote it on my 25th birthday in Dubai, after going to the Burj Khalifa, just saying that like I can't believe that I'd had thoughts about that and like how good life is to me now. And my nan actually saw that because it got posted to my Facebook account, and she got worried and decided to have like a intervention, I guess. So she came over, kind of ambushed me, and basically said, you need help. I thought it was kind of a joke because I felt like I was okay. And I kind of laughed it off, and it wasn't until I could see the concern in like her and my mum's face, and they realised that like I actually do have a problem, that I took it seriously. So I went to my doctors, which I was like really nervous to do. He agreed, I guess, that I was dealing with like depression and anxiety. I got an appointment with a therapist, and I've been going to counselling for about 2 months now. So yeah, I don't know if there's like a road to recovery, but I'm learning to cope with life situations a lot better. Nah, I even feel like, do you know what, it's taken like a long time for me to get to a point where I can talk about this without like crying and stuff, because it's something that like even when my mum and my nan like sat down and spoke to me, I literally had like one person on each side of me, and before they even said anything, like my nan just said, "Oh, I read one of your blog posts," and I just started crying. And then my mum's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, I don't know why I'm crying, but that was me realising that, like, obviously I had a serious problem that I needed help with, but I was too scared to ask for help. One of my friends in the past did say to me, you know, you've got, I can't remember how long she gave me. I feel like she gave me like a week, and she was like, if you don't feel better in 1 week, like, I'm taking you to the doctors. Somehow I managed to cope in that week. So we didn't go, but it definitely helped having a couple of friends that were made aware of the situation, and knowing that obviously I'm loved and cared for, and like people would be sad if I wasn't here. But yeah, it's all mad. It's proper mad.